Another one bites the dust. We hear stories of dust returning to dust before the clouds open up and the Lord descends, hoping that dust collects in the resurrection. I've lost more dust to cuffs sweeping through my community, looking to blow dust into the wind, choking the throats of the black mothers who have to clean up when the dust settles. We are all formed from dust, but to them, we're more like dirt because we're darker. And they can't see the light in the shade. That's why they roll up wearing dark shades, because the light is in us. They speak not according to this word because there is no light in them. They'll never face the opposition that we face because their faces have less melanin. They hide under white sheets in attempts to reflect the light while rejecting the light, claiming to light the way, but cut. See, I used to think this skin was a curse. I used to think this color was a stain, cursed to claim the evidence of my ancestors' shame. I used to wish that mothers would carry the dominant gene for skin color, because at least then I'd be a little lighter. I used to think, so you can give me shortness and blindness, but you couldn't give me light skin? But I digress, because in my few years I've realized that society put me in a war against myself, poisoning my mind to think that my kind was powerless. But I have seen the light. See, we were placed in chains for fear that our beauty and brains would outshine a whitewashed majority, scared of a minority. We've been touched by the light, that's why our melanin shines bright. We are destined for greatness and should never settle for anything less simply for the fact that we are black. And that fact alone makes us stronger. Add an education to the equation and you've got a higher percentage of the world's population in fear of black domination, so they keep us divided and they scatter us like dust. But to them, we're more like dirt because we're darker. And they can't see the light in the shade, that's why they roll up in dark shades, aim, and fire for nothing more than a simple gaze. I fear the days that I may hear that my brother lays in a grave because he gazed into those dark shades. I'm scared that I may hear that my father served this country for 10 years only to have dark shades be the reason he's no longer here. I fear the sound of my mother's tears. And that fear isn't going to end until the clouds open up and the Lord descends to avenge our dust in the resurrection. But until then, we can't stand idly by while this nation subjects us to a life of flower arrangements and funeral homes. Then again, what do I know? I'm just a black girl bothered by the oppression of her people, but this poem's probably going to end up like every other Black Power piece, balled up in the back of your mind, only brought out when a black girl wants to impress a crowd with their highfalutin word flow. So, in case you forget everything else, try to remember this. This fight is not for the faint of heart. If you're afraid of cuffs and cops and getting shot on the spot, then this might not be for you. But if you're truly ready for a change to come, then that change just might be you. Thank you.
Yes, Shekinah.